Welcome back. Today we're going to look at a very cool feature of the AX8, and that is using scene controllers to turn an otherwise single channel amp model into a multi-channel amp model. So before we get started, I'm playing a Les Paul with a Seymour Duncan JB in the bridge. I'm running the Plexi 100 watt 1970, only using the treble drive at the moment. I've got it set, as you can see on the page. I'm using some mixers from Own Hammer here, 4x12 models for the cab, and then I've got the London plate reverb on high quality. So getting more or less gain out of a particular amp like this, if you were using a real Plexi, very common way would be to plug a Les Paul into it and go and use the volume control, I guess, to ride the amount of crunch, or use a boost pedal when you wanted to play a solo in order to get a bit more gain. Now on the AX8, if you're running a long effect chain, which I'm not running at the moment, but say you're running along a effect chain and you want to get high quality reverb on there, using something like a drive pedal in the front to get more gain, or a volume pedal or a compressor or something in order to bring the signal down for clean sound might eat up a bit too much CPU. So in order to avoid that, we can use scene controllers to turn this single channel amp into a multi-channel amp. I'm going to show you how to do that right now. To get started, we'll right click the treble drive control, and we'll go to Source on the Modifier menu and go to Scene 1. So what this is going to do is attach a scene controller to the drive control there. So with each scene up here, I can assign the amount of drive I want. So if we go into the Controllers menu, go to Scene, it's going to bring up all the values for the scene controller here. They're all set to 0 at the moment. So what I'm going to do is set this up for a clean sound, a crunch sound, and a lead sound. And all I have to do here is choose the amount of gain I want. So let's go for about 7% here for scene 1, and that's going to sound like so. So as you can hear, it's nice and touch sensitive. You can get a little bit of bark out of it when you play on the bridge pickup and hit really hard. Or you can flip to the neck pickup and play softly, or play with your fingers, and you've got a gorgeous clean sound there. Alright, if I now go to scene 2, I want my crunch sound back. So I had the gain set to about 4, so I'm going to set this to 40% there, and this should give me a full-on crunch sound. Sounds pretty good. And then for a lead sound, I'm going to go to scene 3. It doesn't matter what order you do this in, by the way, but I'm going to assign the scene 3 value to 80%, and that should give me heaps of gain. Have a listen to this. So what I've done now is I've turned this single channel amp into a 3-channel amp, and I would just select the scene essentially in order to change the channel. So scene 1, we remember, was our clean sound. Scene 2 was our crunch sound. And of course, you can attach scene controllers to any modifiable parameter and use this trick. I mean, we could have had 8 channels on our amp here very, very easily, and had a wide variety of tones. So you can just plug straight in, attach the scene controllers, and then you've got full control over, in this case, the amount of gain. You might want to do it with a drive pedal and control the gain or the level. You might want to do it with the mix on a reverb or anything like that, and it is pretty fantastic and a very cool feature that I use in most of my presets. So thank you so much for tuning in. We'll do some more of these videos very soon. Please hit subscribe and check out my other videos, and I will see you guys next time.